Welcome to Social Media Basics for Business, Lesson 5, Set Up Your Pages. I'm Robert Killen, Director of the Lane Small Business Development Center, and it's great to see you here. In this lesson, we're going to tackle these questions. What should the design of your profile page be focused on? What content should be included initially? And what should you link to before you open up your channel to the public? So let's dive in. Before we jump into the content, though, I'd like you to consider this thought that your online profile page is your storefront, your showcase, and your welcoming handshake all at once. This isn't just about making certain that the information is accurate. This is a representation of your brand and must be treated as such. So, let's dive into the questions. First question, what should the design be focused on? Well, if you imagine opening up a new storefront somewhere, how much attention would you give the signage and the what you put in the window and when people walk in, how things are laid out? You'd give it a huge amount of attention. You would want it to impress. You'd want it to captivate. You want to give the same level of attention to these profile pages. It's not nearly as detailed, but every element should be beautiful, should be attractive, should be captivating. All right? So that's how much attention you want to give to these. So the design needs to be beautiful. If you were building a website, you'd have a beautiful header. If your social media channel gives you an opportunity to place a header in there, you want it to be beautiful. You're going to have a profile image. Usually those profile images are circular. Recognize that your logo might not fit well in a circular image. So you need to design something to put in that profile photo that is beautiful, that fits, that was obviously designed for that purpose. Don't just plug any old logo image in there. It's not a good look. When you get farther down, you will have opportunity to craft text. You want to make certain that as people are reading through your profile, that it's very clear what it is you do, how you do it, who you are. And you want to thank them for coming by. So all of that same experience that you would have with somebody who walks into a store, you want to give them that same experience so they feel welcome for coming in, and you say thank you before they leave. So in your text on the page, make certain that that experience is complete. Okay, that's what your design should be focused on. Next question, what should be included in the initial setup? So we've already talked about design elements. Let's talk a little bit more about what's available to you. In some social media channels on the profile page, you'll have an opportunity to plug in a video, a welcome video. If you have that opportunity, make use of it. Almost all of the channels actually have a counter, have some sort of ruler that will tell you how far along you are in the population of your profile page. Are you fully complete? Until you get to 100%, keep working at it. Keep doing it. You want to populate it fully. Make complete use of that profile page. If you have an opportunity to plug some testimonials into your text, into your descriptive text, do that. Make certain you've got third-party recommendations. Those are very powerful. And again, complete all the questions all the areas that you can. And finally, you want to pre-populate with some content. So don't launch a page, make a channel public without having some content in there. So you want to populate posts and link back to some articles, to some blogs maybe that you've created. If you've created some videos, plug some items in there so that when people first find your page, it's not empty. You want to put things in there just as you fill a store with goods. If people walk in and it's an empty store, that's not going to impress. So make certain that something's there for them to review, for them to look over, for them to be impressed by. And then finally, what should you link to initially? There are a few different things to consider here. The first one is actual follows, connections within the channel. So for example, if you're in Facebook, reach out and create friend requests, create friend connections with those that you already know. Follow some industry partners or some educational partners so that when somebody sees that you already have connections, they're going to be more comfortable with you. If they go to your page and there's nothing connected to your page, then it might be harder for them to trust it. So make certain that you make some connections. In addition, you want to link your page from a website. If you've already got a website up, make certain that you embed those links so that you can go from your website to that page. Make sure those are in place. And finally, you want to assign administrators for the page. So you need to reach out to those that you're comfortable with, probably within your organization, who will be helping with your social media, and make sure they are set up as administrators of your page. And it's a little different with every channel, but it's not complicated. So make certain that all of that happens. At the end of the day, when you set up your page, recognize it's not enough to just be there. Being there is the same as being invisible. I think I've said that before. Your profile page needs to make an impression. Okay? If it's going to generate results, it needs to make an impression. Don't skimp on this. All right? So that's the end of the lesson. Next, go to the next page and your social media action plan. Fill out section 5. And after that, we'll see you at lesson 6, build your content, where we'll discuss the type of content you'll want to post on your channels. I'll see you there. Cheers.